Hey everyone, it's Nancy and I'm here with a quick tutorial video for you for Wild Orchid Crafts for the Wild Bunch. And I want to show you how I made these metal flowers. This is one that's put together. And then these are some that I haven't put together yet, but I just wanted you to be able to see their texture, which hopefully that's coming through for you. And this one. And you can see their colors, absolutely gorgeous. Here's one. And what I like when you do these flowers is you can totally shape your petals however you want them and they'll stay because of the metal. So let me show you what I used to do these. So for the flowers I used these blooms, and these are like daisy blossoms. Okay. So here's their number. It's BM-00076. Okay, I used some just black acrylic paint as well as some brown acrylic paint. You can use whatever color you want. I used some of the mixed color large pearl brads. There's their number. That's what I used for the center here. And then I also used some of the silver ribbon slides, which I don't have them in the number in this container, so I'll make sure that it's down below for you. All the item numbers will be. Okay, I also used some metal foil tape. This isn't plumber's tape, this is for HVAC. I don't even know the name, the brand. I don't even know how to say that, but it is a metal foil tape, and I really like this one. I have a friend that works in this industry, and he gave me like 4 rolls of it, so that's really awesome. And then you can use your Lindy Stamp Gang. These did dry for me on the metal. I don't know about other sprays. They might not. I don't know. I don't use any other mists other than Lindy's, so I can't tell you that, but you know, totally try it out. And then in this little kit, this is my metal embossing kit. Okay, just has a little mat, like a little foam mat, and it's got a couple of different little tools for embossing on metal. You've seen me use this before in my large tiles, and this is kind of going to be like almost the same concept. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so I'm just going to move these items just kind of out of the way, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut 2 pieces of my metal foil tape, and just make sure that you cut it, you know, of course wide enough for your flower. So I'll just cut that off. No exact science, just do it. Okay, so once I have that, what I'm going to do is flip the tape over and remove the paper backing. Why does it always take longer on camera? Anyway, okay, so there is my metal foil tape. This one's very sticky. So I'm going to take my daisy, and I try to do it so that I put it almost inside out, kind of like a cup like that, because I want to stick down the center. And then make sure that when I put down my petals that there is the separation in between them. It'll make life a lot easier when we go to cut this away. So I just kind of separate the petals and stick them down. Okay. And then I push that really good, press those petals really good down into the metal foil. And then since it is so sticky, I put the paper backing back on there, and I give it a really good rub. Just to make sure that that flower is stuck down in it really good. And you can see on this side, that flower come through right there. Okay? So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to cut around and try to get excess around. Okay, make sure that you have really good non-stick scissors because it's very sticky. Well, I know my metal foil tape is. I don't know about yours. You know what I'm saying. Okay, so I just cut around just to get rid of some excess. And I'm going to flip the flower over and take the backing back off so that I can see my petals and where I need to cut, okay? So what I do is I just go and I do a rough cut in between each of the petals, like that. It makes it a little easier when you go to fussy cut around them. Okay, so I cut around all of my petals, as you can see, and what I do is I pull one at a time away like this, and I just cut the metal off, the excess from around the petal. So you have like this. No exact science, you know, you just kind of just do it. So that one's done. Go to the next one. And I did find that by cutting them apart, their petals apart, it does make the process a little bit faster. And again, this metal tape is very, very sticky. I'm sure that you can use any type of plumber's tape or, you know, metal tape that you have at home. You could even try like a duct tape. Anything, you know, that you have. Don't go out and buy all kind of stuff to try to do this. It's just a really cool technique. And you know what would be really cool too is if you tried to use maybe packing tape for a different look. So I'm going to finish cutting my flower because I know you don't want to watch this, and I'll be right back. So there is my finished petal. Really easy. Okay, so there's my flower. And now I'm going to do the second flower, and I'll be right back and we'll start having the real fun. So I'll be right back. Okay, you guys, so my two flowers are ready to go, and now is when the fun is really going to begin. I'm going to get this out of my way real quick. Move this. This is the small nonstick craft mat, in case you're wondering, and I have it on a piece of really thick chipboard, and I backed it with my foil tape, so it's kind of nonstick on both sides. But it's really sturdy, and if I want something to lay and dry, I can easily move it. It's a trick I learned from Tim. So, okay, what I'm going to get out is the little mat. It's kind of like a mouse pad or just a piece of craft foam. It's not really thick. It's just what comes in this kit. And this kit I got on clearance at Joann's for, I don't know, $5 or $7 a while back, but I really like it. So what we're going to do is we're going to create some texture. As you can see, the texture of the flowers have been kind of rubbed out. This one not so much, but we're going to create some really cool texture. We're going to use, let's see, trying to see which pattern wheels we want to use. I really like, let me see. I really like how this one came out, how the texture of this one is. So we're going to do another one of those. And this. So what I like about this kit is it brings all these different little ends to go on the stylus. so you can create really cool patterns in your metal. This one is like a pizza roller type, but it's waved, and then this one is just a metal brush. If you don't have these, you can use just a regular stylus and just, you know, put swirls or whatever you want, because this metal embosses very easily. Or you can absolutely use embossing folders in your machines, so whichever you like. This to me is just really cool. So I'm just going to start, and I'm just going to roll this on my petals and just create a little bit of pattern in there, and you can see how easily the foil takes it. Really cool. So again, I mean, you can use anything to do this. You don't go out and buy all kind of stuff. Because this metal embosses so easily, you can really use anything. I know that like Tim Holtz has a wire brush. If you have that, you can totally use that too to create texture. And when I use these, the petals will curl, and so that's kind of cool too, because they'll lift up. So I need some more. This petal I had accidentally cut when I was cutting across, so you can see it's cut right there, but it's still working. It's still a good petal, so I'm not worried about that. And then I'm just going to run some lines in the center. And if you want to go one way, and then you can totally go back the other direction. And I'll do like every other or so. Oh, I spin it too much. So just however you want to lay your pattern in your flowers is fine. So here you can see the embossed metal, and then I'll take this brush and I'll just add a little bit more texture in there. And by no means do I want this perfect, uniform in any way. I just want it textured and kind of cool. So, and those little spots are going to play a great role in the creation of this flower. So let's do the other one. I'm going to change out my little ends. Use this one. Use this one. Okay. So again, I'm just going to roll these along each petal. No rhyme or reason, you know. This is art, and you do what you do, and if you love it, then it's right. It's never wrong. Just do it. Okay. So that one I just add some little markings in it, and then I'm going to go over it with another one and just add down the center a little different pattern. Again, totally fun, totally make it your own. Do what you love and love what you do, right? Okay, so there's that one. So now we're gonna get messy. Let me move these out of the way. Move this little mat. Bring back the craft sheet. And what I'm going to do is this is my black and brown paint bowl, and just a sponge brush, disposable of course. I'm going to take my black acrylic paint and just add a little bit into here, and then some of my brown, which I think might be empty. There's a little bit in there. That sounded lovely. Okay, so I'm just gonna get the paint. You can see here on the brush, and I'm going to totally saturate these. Okay, this is just like how you saw me do the wash on the tile. Okay, so totally saturate that flower, and then while it's wet, I'm going to take several baby wipes because this is a mess, and I'm just going to start blotting the flower round and around. Just keep going and blotting it. Until I remove most of the paint and I like how it looks. So I like that one. Okay. Let me just wipe this off real quick. And then I'm going to do this one in some brown and black. You can use any color you want. If you want to do pink, you can totally do pink. Okay. A few more baby wipes to blot these off. Okay. Let me clean this up. And I'm going to give these just a minute to dry, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I think they are pretty well dry. The next thing that we're going to do is you're going to take whatever sprays you want. Like I said, I use Lindy Stamp Gang, and it dries on these flowers for me. I don't know about the others. So for this one, those I did with Buccaneer Bay Blue and Tiffany's Blue and Blue Hawaiian Blue. And these I'm going to try to do pink. So I have Moonshadow and Phantom Fuchsia. Let me get this shaken up really well. Okay. And I am going to spray the flowers. Now I'm just going to heat them up a little bit to help speed up that drying time. And what's really cool about this is that Lindy's is going to settle down in the embossed areas of these flowers, and that mica that's in there is just going to pop. If you do heat these, just remember that these are metal and you'll get burned if you mess with it, okay? So if you heat set it, please give it time to cool, okay? So I got them, they're looking pretty good. I'm gonna go in with some Cosmopolitan Pink, which is a Starburst spray. Get some of that pink in there. And again, I'm going to heat set it. They do take a minute to dry. They're so worth it. Okay, I'm going to finish heating these and setting this, and I'll be right back, and we'll add another. Alright you guys, our flowers are dry and they have cooled down, and look at that. Beautiful, beautiful flower. You can see how the mica and the color from the Lindy's settle down in those beautifully. And then here's the other one. And they look very flat, but like I said, they will totally take whatever shape you want to give them very easily. So you can make them do what you want them to do. Okay? So now the hard part is deciding which one you're going to put on the top and which one you're going to put on the bottom. And I think since this one has a more funky pattern than this one, I'm going to use this one as my top flower. So you're going to offset the petals, of course. Okay. And you're going to glue your two flowers together. Just use a little bit of hot glue. You can use whatever glue you want, but hot glue to me is always quick and easy. I use it a lot when adhering my flowers to projects. And I do get questions, people asking me, what kind of glue do you use? Hot glue. I love my hot glue gun. So just raise these up a little bit. Okay, so there's the flower. And then take one of the silver buckle sliders, or you can use anything you want in the center. You can even pop another flower in the middle. And since I went with pink, get a pink brad. You can see what a great size these large pearl brads are. I need to get the moonstone ones next. They're really pretty. So for these, since it has the prong, okay, what I do is I separate them, pull them straight out, flatten it down, and then just bend it a couple times and it pops right off. Do the same thing on the other side, just bend it, it pops right off. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue on the center bar here. I'm going to put that brad right in the middle. Okay. And then I always will flip it over and fill this space in here with hot glue to help secure that center piece to the buckle. And I fill it up really well, and then I stick it down on my craft mat and press it down, and that helps to give it the flat bottom that you need to go on your flower. So I am just going to mess with these petals a little bit while that cools. Decide how I want these. Even twist the bottom ones a little bit. Totally cool, like retro flower. Really grungy too. And you don't have to do the sprays, you can just do the black wash or whatever color wash you want. It's not quite dry. You know when this is dry because it'll just pop right up. When I just tried to pull it up, it was really stringy, so it's not quite cool yet. So I'll give that another minute. Nope, still not done. You can see there the flat bottom. And I'm going to put some glue in the center of this flower. And I'm going to stick the center right in there. And there you are. Hey guys, so something happened to the very end of my video. So here again is the finished flower. Totally beautiful. And then here is the first one again. So I hope that you try it. They're really fun. Don't go out and buy a lot of stuff. Just try to use what you have on hand. If you make them, I'd love to see them, so make sure to send me a note or something. And I do want to invite you over to the Wild Orchid Crafts channel so you can see what the other design team members are up to, and welcome in the new Wild Bunch members that have just joined us. Thanks everybody for watching. If you have any questions, let me know. Talk to you later.